Hello dear listeners and welcome to my channel. Today I invite you to journey back to the late 1800s, to the once thriving mining town of Silver Gulch, a place now shrouded in mystery and tales of the supernatural. Join me as we unravel the chilling events that led to its haunting demise. If you enjoy this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. The late 1800s, nestled between the rugged mountains of Nevada, lay the mining town of Silver Gulch. Prospectors, drifters, and families flocked to the town seeking fortune and a fresh start. The town bustled with activity. Saloons echoed with lively piano tunes. Blacksmiths hammered away, and miners shared tales of their findings. Among the settlers was Elias Turner, a seasoned miner with a reputation for his uncanny ability to locate rich veins of silver. His success was unparalleled, and many whispered that he had struck a deal with otherworldly forces to achieve his prosperity. Elias paid no mind to the rumors, focusing solely on his work and the wealth it brought. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Elias ventured into a newly discovered cavern deep within the mountains. The air grew colder with each step, and an unsettling silence enveloped him. His lantern flickered, casting eerie shadows on the damp walls. Undeterred, Elias pressed on, driven by the promise of untapped riches. Deep within the cavern, he stumbled upon an ancient burial site, adorned with artifacts and skeletal remains. Ignoring the sanctity of the resting place, Elias began to extract the silver embedded in the walls, his greed blinding him to the consequences of his actions. As his pickaxe struck the rich ore, a chilling wind swept through the cavern, extinguishing his lantern. In the pitch darkness, whispers echoed around him, growing louder and more insistent. Panic set in, and Elias fumbled to relight his lantern, but an unseen force knocked it from his grasp. The whispers turned to anguished cries, and a spectral figure materialized before him, a Native American shaman, his eyes burning with fury. "You have desecrated our sacred ground," the apparition intoned, his voice resonating with ancient power. "For your greed and disrespect, you shall be cursed to guard this place for all eternity." Before Elias could react, the spirit raised a hand and an overwhelming force engulfed him. His screams echoed through the cavern, merging with the wails of the restless spirits. When the townsfolk noticed Elias's prolonged absence, a search party was organized. They ventured into the mountains, eventually discovering the entrance to the cavern. Inside, they found Elias's lifeless body, his face contorted in terror, clutching a silver nugget. The burial site had been disturbed, and an oppressive atmosphere hung heavy in the air. The townspeople, fearing the wrath of vengeful spirits, sealed the cavern and forbade anyone from entering. However, the curse had already taken root. Strange occurrences plagued the Silver Gulch. Tools moved on their own. Disembodied whispers filled the night, and sightings of a ghostly figure wandering the outskirts became commonplace. As the years passed, the silver veins dried up, and the once thriving town fell into decline. Residents abandoned their homes, leaving Silver Gulch to the ghosts that haunted its streets. Travelers passing through reported eerie lights, flickering in the abandoned buildings and the faint sound of pickaxes striking rock. Today, Silver Gulch stands as a testament to the consequences of greed and disrespect for the dead, a ghost town where the past lingers, and restless spirits await those who dare to disturb their eternal slumber. Years had passed since Silver Gulch was abandoned, its buildings left to the mercy of time and the elements. The once thriving mining town had become a ghostly relic, with tales of hauntings deterring all but the most daring explorers. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the sun cast long shadows over the desolate landscape, a lone rider appeared on the horizon. Clad in a weathered duster and wide-brimmed hat, the stranger guided his horse toward the forsaken town. His eyes, sharp and discerning, scanned the remnants of Silver Gulch with a mix of curiosity and determination. The townsfolk had long since departed, leaving behind empty saloons, dilapidated storefronts, and the lingering whispers of the past. The stranger dismounted, his boots stirring up dust as he made his way down the main street. He paused before the entrance of the old Silver Gulch saloon, its once vibrant facade now faded and worn. Pushing open the creaking doors, he stepped inside, the scent of aged wood and stale air filling his nostrils. The interior was a frozen tableau of a bygone era. Tables and chairs stood as they had been left. Glasses lined the shelves behind the bar, and a piano sat silently in the corner, its keys covered in a thin layer of dust. The stranger approached the bar, his fingers brushing against the polished surface. He reached into his coat pocket and produced a tarnished silver coin, placing it on the counter with a soft clink. Taking a seat on one of the rickety stools, he glanced around as if expecting someone to join him. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the town in an eerie twilight, the stranger remained in the saloon, solitary figure amidst the remnants of the past. Suddenly, the piano emitted a soft, discordant note, breaking the oppressive silence. Stranger's eyes narrowed, his hand instinctively moving to the revolver at his hip. The air grew colder still, and the faint outline of a figure appeared at the edge of the fog, slowly making its way toward the saloon. Stranger's grip tightened on his revolver, his heart pounding in his chest. The figure drew closer, its features obscured by the swirling mist. As it reached the threshold of the saloon, the stranger rose to his feet, ready to confront whatever specter had emerged from the shadows. The ghostly miner's gaze locked onto the stranger, a mixture of sorrow and desperation etched upon his translucent face. "Why have you come to this forsaken place?" the miner's voice echoed, carrying a haunting resonance. The stranger, maintaining his composure, replied, "I've come seeking answers about the curse that plagues this town and the restless souls bound to it." The miner's expression softened, and he stepped forward, his ethereal form gliding soundlessly across the floor. "You have honored the dead and sought to right the wrongs of the past," the shaman intoned. "The curse is lifted, and our souls may now find peace." Emerging from the cavern, he found Silver Gulch bathed in the soft light of dawn. The town, though still abandoned, no longer felt oppressive. Instead, it exuded a tranquil silence, as if finally at rest.